am I? Who am I? I don't understand. What is this place? I feel so different. So obsolete. What's going on? Why can't I feel anything? What am I? Who am I? What is this place? What's going on? I open my eyes, I look, and I see I'm in a place of happiness and fun. There's bright lights everywhere. The area is illuminated with glitter. And it's glitter. I look around, I see myself in a field where happiness glows. There's balloons all over the place. The tree on the hilltop. I see something in the distance. I look to the side. I see five chairs with decorations all over them. I look, I turn again, I turn back to see. Turn back, I see it. The sun smiling down at me with a face. What's going on? Where am I? What is this place? I feel different. I take a step back, confused. I turn around into something else, bigger. I slowly turn to see a giant yellow bunny. I'm scared for a moment, but the rabbit holds out a hand. Hey, don't worry. I'm not gonna hurt you, I promise. What? Who are you? My name's Spring Bonnie, and I'm your yellow friend, your bunny friend. Don't you remember me? Zuka proceeded to blink. Mr. Spring Bonnie, I haven't seen you for so long. Yeah, same here, kiddo. The rabbit proceeded to smile. Where am I? Well, you're in your happiest day, of course. This is happiest day. A place where there's no pain, no sorrow, no agony, no nothing. Just happy moments, happy memories. You need to relive it forever. No more being made fun of. Come on, follow me. Trust me. You do trust me, right? Zuko proceeded to look at the hand. He was hesitant for a moment, but he proceeded to reach out his hand hesitantly. The rabbit took his hand gently, pulling him. Come on. The place I want to take you. He proceeded to walk over the hill with a lonely party chair by itself on top of the hill, by itself. Look at other 5 party chairs, one distant from the others. Where are those party chairs? Why are 2 of these party chairs distant from the other 4? The rabbit stopped. Those were friends long ago. But seemingly they didn't like their happiest day. They didn't enjoy it. They were still hurting inside. So, I helped them. Now, they're even more happy than before. But don't worry about that. That's in the past. You see her come to her building as they walk down the hill. He proceeded to open the building door. Come on. As the door closed, lights would shine. Bright, colorful lights. The whole place illuminated with a bright shine. Everything was so happy. He felt the positivity all around. People were smiling. Children laughing. The excitement in the air. What is this place? This is Freddy Fazbear's. Summer used to come all the time. But the exclusive party's for you. Over here. The boy followed the yellow rabbit. They followed to the back, to where 4 other children were waiting. These are your friends. This is home. Everybody is home. You get to experience this day forever and ever. No more pain. No more misery. Just happiness. This is your happiest day. Enjoy it, friends. Because this is all you'll ever feel. Forever. Each of the 5 children proceeded to look. They smiled to each other. They laughed. They enjoyed. Every moment was happiness. They didn't felt happier in their whole lives. The yellow rabbit proceeded to see the children play with each other. He turned around, walking away, allowing the children to play, leaving them in the door, in the party room. He proceeded to shut the door, locking it. The yellow rabbit simply smiled, that innocent smile on his face, but his eyes said otherwise. His eyes had a gleam of sinister intent. Now I can really use you for my benefit, for my desires. You children don't know any better. The rabbit disappeared. It's the 5 children just continue to enjoy their happiest day. Time skip. 3 months has gone by. 3 months. It was anxious. Everyone was anxious, on edge. 3 months that was prepared. 3 months of time that was left for UA out of the rest of the 5 months that they trained. They really tried. It felt like it was everything before. Izumi was taking her training hard. She had one goal in mind: to become a hero, then she can become a hero, find her brother. An ultimate goal in mind. The others trained just as hard, with Tashinori even allowing her to train with him. Train her for something new, one for all. A quirk passed down by generation to generation. This was a special moment. And then the entrance exams. And then they passed, all of them. Flying colors. And now they're celebrating a gift that they worked so hard, something that they worked so hard for so long, now finally being achieved. As everyone proceeded to enjoy themselves with that, the Midoriya household, Mitsuki proceeded to look around. Hey, where's Izuku? I haven't seen him in a while. Everyone proceeded to blink. Masaru proceeded to blink. I was wondering. Yeah, you're right. I haven't seen him come out. Actually, it's been a while since I've seen him. Proceeded to turn towards towards Tachinori. Hey, Tachinori. Hmm? Tachinori turning around to Masaru. Yeah. You need something, Masaru? Yeah. Where's Izuku? I haven't seen him. Oh, Izuku. As Tachinori said, well, he should be in his room. I think. Masaru proceeded to look confused, questionably, narrowing his eyes. You said he should be in his room. Do you not know where he is? Tachinori proceeded just to rub his back of his head. To be honest, no, I don't. Currently, not right now. Most of the time, he's doing his own thing. He's either just working to go to Zero to get into the school that he dreams of, and in between of that, doing his own thing. If anything else between those two, I'm not sure what else he does. What else he's doing. Maybe something else. I'm not sure. Sarah's eyes were narrowed. So, what about Inko? Good question. Sasha proceeded to look for his wife, looking around, seeing her nowhere to be found. I don't see her. Let's go find her, as Hashinosuke says. Saw her following along, Mitsuki following along shortly after. Inko was in the kitchen as she proceeded to get the food ready. So everyone proceeded to enjoy themselves. Hashinosuke proceeded to walk up to his wife, saying, "How's everything going?" "Good," she simply smiled. "Food will be ready soon?" Turning her head, "What's wrong?" Question. Do you know where Izuku is?" She proceeded to blink, looking confused. "Izuku?" Shinori proceeded to say, "Yes, Izuku. Our son? Your son? Do you not know where he is?" Inko proceeded to blink for a moment. "I'm not sure who you're talking about," as she simply looked confused. Toshinori being surprised. As Mitsuki kept saying, "Inko, Izuku, your son, your firstborn, you don't know who he is?" The room went quiet for a moment. Inko proceeded to remember. "Oh, Izuku. I slightly forgot. I'm sorry. That's not really good of me." Toshinori said, "Yeah. Do you know where he is?" "To be honest, I do not know. I assume he would be in his room. But I checked by and passed it by. It was pretty much open. He's not there." Maybe Izumi knows. All my friends look kind of now starting to be worried. Huh. As the parents proceeded to question, "Okay then." They proceeded to call the children. The children proceeded to come over as seemingly they stopped. "Izumi, do you know where your brother is?" Izumi's relaxed posture proceeded to freeze rigidly. As everyone proceeded to stop and proceeded to listen. Izuku? Toshina proceeded to nod. "Yes, we haven't seen him in a while. Do you know where he is?" Toshinori's eyes narrowing. "Izumi, do you know where your brother is or not?" Inka proceeded to look concernedly. Izumi, is Izuku at home at all? She proceeded to say, I'm not sure. She simply said, as Niramasa proceeded to look confused. You don't know? She turned towards the police officer. She just simply nodded. Okay, that's weird. Tetsukaki proceeded to stare at his eyes. Izumi, do you know where your brother is? And be honest, don't lie. Remember my quirk, it's lie detector. So I can tell when you're lying. She proceeded to breathe in and breathe out, sighing and looking down as she proceeded to say, I have no clue where he is. The room went quiet for a moment as simply the tension halted as I proceeded to narrow his eyes. So you don't know where your brother is? At all? No, Uncle Aizawa, I don't. Alright then, call your brother. She simply nodded, proceeding to call his number. But it just simply said the call could not be answered. Simply Inko being started concerned. Okay. Do you know where he was last? Do you know where he could be? Izumi proceeded to look away. I don't. Bakugo simply, what the hell is going on? What's going on? Why are we now so concerned? We haven't seen Izuku in a while, as Mississippi said. We wonder where he is. He should be celebrating with us. For what? Well, obviously, he got joined UA also. So, where is he? Everybody paused for a good moment as Nezu proceeded to speak up. I have to say one thing. I was kind of concerned when I didn't see young Izuku Midoriya on the list. Not even on the list of active participants within the UA entering exams. He was on the list of joining, but he was never registered to join. Never showed up. Very strange. The children proceeded to panic. They started to come out the truth. Endeavor proceeded to narrow his eyes, looking towards Toya. Toya saying, You heard of Izuku a while? No. Not in a few months. How long? A few months? Maybe 9, 10 months? Maybe a year? A year? Endeavor said. Ray proceeded to be concerned. That's way too long. He never leaves on contact that long. For no contact at all. He's always usually straightforward. Aizawa simply narrowed his eyes, proceeding to look at the 4 children. Alright, what did you do? What do you mean? Bakugo said. I'm asking you a question, as Aizawa said. What did you do? Todoroki proceeded to look confused. As Shoto spoke. We didn't do anything. This is when Sokachi simply said, it's a lie. What did you do? Be honest. Izumi proceeded to look as Super said, what's the point? Fine, we'll tell you. Then she began to tell the very long tale of Izuku's decent 10 years of living. 10 to 11 years of life. And the shock on their face was palpable. You've been bullying your brother for 10 years? Tachanori said, why? For the very fact that he's quirkless? Inko was shocked. She was shocked, very much so. She didn't know Izumi could do such a thing. Nor Koski, or Kasumi, or the twins. She proceeded to look at the children. Why would you? Well, I was just trying to protect him. I thought simply glared. Protect him? You beat him to an inch of his life, to what I'm getting by from your tail, for 10 years. That's assault on multiple occasions. Never perceived just a glare. I have a question. Be honest, Ongizumi. Did your parents ever inquire about Izuku's well-being? She should be a little confused. What do you mean by that? You ever talked to Izuku? Ever been around, hanged out? No. She said, not till I remember. The last time that we were generally doing such as a family was like before the incident, before the diagnosis. She simply went quiet. Inko, what? I show surprise. No, that can't be. We lived this with his family. Izuku was there. Tachanori proceeded to go quiet. Inko, he wasn't there. He turned towards her, simply saying, Izuku wasn't there at all. Tsukachi proceeded to be enraged. So you mean you've been neglecting your son for the past 10 years? No, it's not possible. I would never do that, Seiko said. I swear, I have proof. She proceeded to go to a photo album and she proceeded to pull it out. Looking at each one of the photos to see Izuku at least once. She looked through the photo albums. When they're on playdates, none. Continue looking, none. All with Izumi and her, or with the other kids, none. And then she saw one photo, all those years ago, before diagnosis, when Hasashi was still alive. Them happy together, smiling. He's nowhere to be found. He's not even in one single photo. The only photo of him within here is this one. You neglected him, as racists would say, glaring at the green-haired woman. I thought you were better than this. Mitsuki proceeds to be looking disappointed at Inko. She simply sighed. We'll talk later. Inko proceeded to be panicked. I'm a terrible mother. All right, then. So, if Izuku's not home, then where is he? As President Mike simply said, I'm sure the listener's not that far. Proceeding to look towards, when was the last time you saw Izuku? Izumi while I endeavor proceeded to speak glare. Tell us now. His flames erupting as immediately she proceeded to blur her. The last time I saw him was a year and a half ago. They all proceeded to go shocked. With me keeping shocked, as she said, a year and a half. So you're saying you haven't seen your brother in a year? She simply nodded. Endeavor proceeded to glare at his children. Shulker proceeded to immediately whimper by the glare of her father. Tell me, now. Shulker proceeded to do not say anything, but proceeded to look at his father straightforward. Shulker proceeded to immediately speak. The last time we saw him was at his 15th birthday. We gave him a birthday present that I'm not really proud to say, but he proceeded to take a breath and continue speaking. We took him to Freddy's. All of them were shocked. Endeavor proceeded to be shocked. You took him to Freddy's. This is when Isaiah said, let me guess. Either you took him or no. You dragged him to Freddy's, didn't you? You dragged him to Freddy's, Izumi said. It was just for a gift. Tashinori proceeded to be shocked. Why? Where is he now? She proceeded to blink. I'm not sure. That's the last time we saw him. Azara simply glared. What did you do to him? He proceeded immediately to just capture a weapon around her, wrapping her around, bringing her close. I'm not playing for you, Izumi. What did you do to Izuku? We shoved him to one of the animatronics. They all went quiet, being surprised. Ingo being shocked. You did what? Endeavor being looking towards his children. You shoved Izuku into an animatronic? Tashinori proceeded to say, Izumi, what I'm thinking right now, you didn't leave your brother in Freddy's, did you? Because when you returned, you didn't return with Izuku at all. Izumi proceeded to shake her no. We left him there overnight. That was several weeks before it closed down, as Tsukachi said. Endeavor proceeded to glare. Why would you stupid children! You left him there. What? So he can get out on his own? You shoved him into one of those big metal suits. And now what? You expect him to get out on his own? Then even worse, you left him there. Overnight. Why? Todoroki, it was supposed to be a prank. Prank? Anything could have gone wrong. We're going there now, Endeavor said. Agreed, as Aizawa says. I'll get a permit then, as Tsukachi said. They all proceeded to make their way out, heading to Freddy's. making their way towards the closed Freddy's finally. As they finally arrived, with Sukachi getting the permit, he was allowed to open the doors to the pizzeria, even though the company didn't want to get the permit. They had no choice but to hand it over. The door was open as they all walked in. When one of the security guards proceeded to be their guide to, power on the building, a couple of cop cars arrived to look around for, the place. All right, as Sundavis said, tell us where you took him, or take us there. As they proceeded to take them towards, where they last saw him, they proceeded to point towards Pirate's Cove, hiccuping, shocked that she was here again after so long. They all proceeded to look towards the animatronic. Where is he? The last time we saw him he was in there. She pointed towards the cove, and knowing what was behind those curtains. You put him in Foxy? Eraserhead and Aizawa Eraserhead and Person Mike proceeded to pull out the curtains, revealing the Fox animatronic. Simply looking towards the Fox animatronic, seeing it was simply normal. Is this a joke, Endeavor said? No. Izumi said it was where we put him. Sakachi proceeded to look. They're telling the truth. She's telling the truth. Endeavor looking towards the others. Three of the others agree except for Bakugo, whose grand idea was him to shove him in the animatronic suit. They all went quiet as Schroeder said it was Bakugo's idea. Bakugo simply glaring at Todoroki. Oh, you icy-hot bastard, as he simply snorted under his breath. Musara proceeded to glare towards Bakugo, proceeding to grab the boy by the collar. This was your great idea? Bakugo snorted. Yeah, it was mine. So what? The nerd had to finally grow a pair of balls and grow up. So, you like shoving people into costumes, right? Bet. Alright then. Tell me. As he proceeded to read proceeded to glare at Bakugo. Why did you think this was a genius idea? Because the nerd was so whimpering so much that he was panicking. He didn't even want to go into the goddamn animatronic himself. We're just going to allow him to sit there for a bit, make fun of him, and record videos. But I decided to allow him to stay overnight. Hey, once the building opens, it'll be fine. Well, did he come out? I'm sorry, says. Bogus said, who knows? Bogus shrugged his shoulders. I'm not sure. Why? As Hachi said, everyone being shocked. So Mrs. glaring at him. You said you didn't know where he was. I didn't. Lies again. Masari proceeded to glare. Where is he? I don't know. The last time I saw the nerd was here. Stupid Daiku was there in the animatronic. What else would it be? Bakugo said, seeing sweat under his father's gaze. Okay then, fine. He proceeded to drop the boy, But before he took a step forward, turning around, seeing the backhand the boy proceeded to fall on his ass, being shocked. I'll deal with you later, Masaru simply said, Bakugo being shocked. Seemed to feel the pain upon his face. Alright then. It needs to be a real question, needs to be asked. When did you come back for Izuku Midoriya? Maybe 2 weeks after we figured out that he didn't return. We looked everywhere for him, but he wasn't there, so we came here and double checked and he wasn't here either. You sure? Yeah. We did see something gruesome. What was that? Kasumi said, we saw a dead body. They all proceeded to be shocked. A dead body? Who? Do you know who it was? They proceeded to shake their head no. Where? They pointed towards the Fox animatronic. They all proceeded to look, glared, looking at the animatronic as she said, okay then. We can go into Fazbear employees. Open it. I'm not required to do that. Either you open it or you will be under arrest for murder. As we said, I have authorization. So open it. Tsukachi said, glaring at the Fazbear employee. The Fazbear employee proceeds to say, alright. As he proceeded to open the animatronic, as the animatronic's jaw proceeded to unhinge from its socket, opening, showing that there was, well, something in there. They opened, showing a dead body. A dead, grotesque, mangled body. It wasn't recognizable at first, but a few very jade hairs were recognized. Well, that's open the main torso. I want to see it. You see it open through the back of the torso, showing there was nothing really. It was an empty costume with a few pieces. The employee was shocked seeing this. As he proceeded, I think I'm going to throw up. He proceeded to make his way towards the leave. As he did so, to release what he had in his stomach, they turned in the hero's look to see. Oh God. Izuku's remains within the suit. There were tears of flesh and pieces of bone that was left here. Large chunks here and chunks, and each part of the limbs. There was still a main body of it too. Not all of it was removed. Someone was trying to remove it. They removed a good chunk, but not all of it. Tsukachi proceeded to get one of them. One guy asked the man, look towards the body. Can you identify it? The man proceeded to use his quirk, looking at the identification of the body. He was horrified when he saw it, but he still did his job. Looking at it as proceeding to take a step back. He proceeded to breathe heavily. Yeah. That's the kid. Their eyes widening as showing in shock. Inko said, let me see my son. As she simply said, Toshinori proceeded to look, and simply said, I don't think you should. Let me see him. As she simply glared at Toshinori. I think it's best if you don't, Inko. Believe me. She simply glared at proceeding to shove him out the way, as proceeding to walk forward towards the animatronic to see what was her child's remains. Tsar proceeded to look, seeing the mangled remaining of the corpse of the body. He glared, looking towards Bakugo. He made his way towards the boy as glaring at him. You killed him! Bakugo being frozen in shock, turning towards his father, saying, "Wait, no, I didn't!" Being grabbed and punched within the face. You killed him. Immediately grabbing the boy's throat and started proceeding to lay it down upon him, beating him. You killed Izuku. You killed him without no mercy. I bet you were laughing at his screams, weren't you? Laughing where he was crying out for help. As he continued to beat upon the boy tried to defend himself, but he couldn't. He's breaking down his guard. Masaru proceeded to pull Bakugo's arms, proceeded to continue pushing his face until it was black and blue. As his face was swollen, you killed him. Endeavor proceeded to grab Masaru's shoulder. Masaru, as Endeavor said. Not now, Enji. This little shit killed Izuku. I understand. But for right now, we need to keep our composures. For our families. Never say we owe that boy a lot. Especially me. Seeing the errors of my ways. Toya proceeded to look at the body, looking horrified. Looking between the two siblings. I can't believe you did this. You allowed this to happen? Shoko said, we didn't know he was dead. At all. It wasn't the plan at all. Todoroki said, that wasn't the idea. But if he's dead, then okay. So he proceeded to glare at Shoto. Okay, he's dead. This family would have been a lot worse without him. And you say, okay. It's not our fault. We didn't murder Izuku. We simply shut him into the suit and left him overnight. Whatever happened between that time, we shut him in the soup, and when we came back, it was on him. He wouldn't be in this situation in the first place if you didn't bully him. As Toya proceeded to activate his quirk, the blue flames activating. That's enough, as Ray simply said. That's just enough. No more fighting. Just stop. This place is closed down. Well, gladly this place is closed. Aizawa said, looking towards a faster employee. Because now this place will not be reopening anytime soon. Permanently closed. We need to take your other costumes as well. But I can't authorize to do that. You either open the other electronic costumes right now, or you're going to be charged for this boy's murder. You got me? Yes. Then it's just when President Mike proceeded to put a hand on the man's shoulder. Don't even try to run either. Remember, we're pro heroes. You had no chance of running. He proceeded to understand, nodding, proceeding to go open the other animatronics, finding for other children's bodies stuffed in these suits. Total number of 5 of them. The ages of 1 through 10. 1 through 10. 1 through 10. Maybe 11 or 13. The shock on their faces as they saw. Oh my God. This place has been closed for investigations. It isn't going Fazbear's bill. Tell your higher ups We're checking all the other restaurants too. Spread this out the word. Understanding and nodding, they proceeded to, as Freddy's was fitting to be closed. Already closed for some violations. As some of police work proceeded to finally come and try to take the remains of the boy and the children without damaging their bodies too badly. Finally getting the bodies and proceeding to take the bodies and finally allow them to have peace. As the proceedings look at this horrible revelation, as he proceeded to simply say, "Alright then, the real question is, why? He tried to save Izuku, but he ended up getting him killed. Why did you murder him?" Izuku should be shocked. She's simply looking towards, with slow tears coming down her face. "We didn't kill him." Sakachi proceeded to look surprised. "Truth. Did any of you kill him?" They all shook their heads. "We never killed him." Bakuga's face was messed up as he simply responded, "Why would we kill the quirkless loser?" I'm sorry, I proceeded to glare, simply looking as... I'm sorry, glaring. He proceeded to make his way towards the sun yet again, basically proceeding to hold him back. "No, it's not worth it." They stopped and they all looking towards Sakachi. As Sakachi proceeded to nod, he's telling the truth. For once, he's innocent. He didn't kill Izuku Midoriya. So another option is here. We have a suspect on the loose for 5 missing kids. Let me look for him. Look for who this person is. This was bad. Time went on. Freddy Fazbear was getting a lot of heat now. Heat that was ever more likely. Fazbear Entertainment was getting so much heat to the point where a lot of locations had to close down for a short while. Because the investigation was going on in every building to check every building to see if children were going missing. And luckily, there was a couple of bodies found, scattered within the animatronic costumes, and a lot of people finally getting their vengeance, and families getting their long-awaited answer. But now there's a Fazbear killer at large, connected, with many victims. The shock of horror was within, and the Fazbear CEO, Mr. Burroughs, proceeded to speak to Faz company to the news live. He was a rounded man, fat and rounded man, long hair. Dressed like an older man within his 50s. He proceeds to speak. Fazbear Entertainment is deeply regrettable for this loss, for this tragedy that struck. We didn't know that there was going to be this dark situation that we are to find ourselves in. But we can say Fazbear has no connection to the dead children. Not voluntarily, that is. We are innocents within the hands. And we will try to make sure that we find this Fazbear killer before he can do anything else. Before he does any more damage, whoever they are, innocent or not. They all proceed to look. Some parents proceed to scream, booing out. One news reporter was saying, "We had to save for the fact of this happening twice, multiple times within your locations. Not just once of this time, but back in the 1980s, early 1980s. This has no connection to what happens within the famous missing children's incident. There's no connection, and there's no connection at all. That was a horrific incident that happened within Fazbear's line. We are not responsible. And we'll work with the police to find who's doing this and finally put a stop to them. Once and for all." Mr. Bird proceeded to take a step away, walking back, as proceeding to head back into his business. As the news would continue on, Mr. Burns proceeded to enter a large building that would show Fazbear Entertainment Co. As he simply headed to the top of the building, sitting down in his office with many people working for Fazbear Entertainment, he sat down and proceeded to glare. "What's going on? Why is our name being tarnished? What's going on with these missing children?" "We're not really sure, sir. Some things have gone down and bad blood has started to come between us and the press again." "You don't say." "Several children have gone missing under the past 10 years. And over 3 dozen children found dead within our precious mascots. You have any idea how that feels? I've worked so hard to bring this trashy, disgusting company back from the ashes. And if there's something at large trying to take away my chances, we understand, sir. You either find whoever's doing this and work with the police as fast as you possibly can. Or if another body show up, you either hide and get rid of the bodies." "Sir, about going into the police, I don't care. If you find another pair of bodies, you get rid of them. And if you don't, you're fired." He proceeded to stand up, leaving. One other proceeding to understand, nodding, as the rest proceeding to stand, leaving the office. Within Freddy Fazbear's. The animatronics finally awakening from their comatose state. The fox proceeded to awaken, looking confused. Where was he? There was caution tape all around the building. Caution tape around the building. You see a looking at himself, his body. It was heavier. He took a step forward, being confused. What is going on? Took another step forward. He peeked through the curtain. This wasn't how it was supposed to be. Why does he feel so free? Turning his hand towards one side, seeing others. They watching, confused, lost. What was going on? Why was this happening? Turning around to see, well, everything. The animatronics proceeded to sit down. They proceeded to looking at one. Finally spoke the blue, like rabbit. What's going on? Why are we here? Who are you? Who am I? Who are you? I don't know who you are. Why am I here? What did... The Freddy Avatar proceeded to look down at his hands. What did you do to me? What do you mean, what did I do to you? The Blue Rabbit said. It's what you did to me. Did you cause this? The yellow chicken seemed confused, shocked, and scared. What's going on? Why am I like this? Why do I feel so cold? I'm here, but I'm not. I can't breathe. Looking down at his fan, the fox Avatar proceeded to clench. As then something started to pop back. Everything. The world, his life. In his last moments. Them. Putting him into this animatronic. Then that yellow rabbit killing him. And then that yellow rabbit making him doing his bidding for a year. Collecting guards, killing them, stuffing them into suits for whatever purpose. Soul, agony, remnant, revenge. His anger burned brightly. One thing on his mind. He wanted revenge. That yellow rabbit. Koski, Zumi, Kasumi, Shoka, Toroki, and Bakugo. They did this to him. They caused him this pain that he's feeling. It's all because of them. Looking towards the other electronics as he simply walked towards them. The other three looked confused. Who are you? I was once just a normal teenager. Living a normal life, I can say. But that was stripped away from me. Some people now I thought I could trust. But now that I hate with all my heart. They did this to me. And then I got murdered by that thing. The fox simply looked towards the rest, the other three. You are also innocent. Innocent children who were murdered by that rabbit. Their eyes widening. You saw the rabbit too? You seen him? The blue bunny proceeded to say, We've been doing his bidding for so long. We murdered innocent people for his own selfish desires. The yellow chicken proceeds to say, we're murderers. Freddy said we're monsters. No. The world took away from us what we couldn't do. We couldn't fight back before, but now we can fight back. The world thinks just because we're gone and dead, we can't fight back now. The world thinks they can pick on us because we were weak before. But look at us now. Eternal life. Living without actually needing to be around. We can't feel pain. We don't have to eat. No need for sleep. We can do whatever we desire with no consequences. They turned us into these things. He made us into these monsters. Well, if he wanted a monster, right? Let's give him the monster that thing created. He'll pay for his crimes. And once we get revenge, we'll slit him down the very middle. The other three interns proceeded, not understanding. We'll get revenge. We'll make him pay for everything he's done to us. Everything that he's done to others. And make him pay what he did to us. The other four proceeded conversation between themselves. As the fox stopped turning around, seeing a yellow bear sitting crouchingly. The yellow bear was wearing a brown bow tie and hat. A brown like bow tie, or was it black? Who ye you be? I'm another soul trapped like you all. Innocently killed for no reason. I was taken from my family. From those who I say I can trust and put into this. Another innocent soul. Turning towards the others is simply looking at them. He has done this. Yellow Rabbit has done the last. The society has to go, and Bear simply said, I thought we can trust the society. I didn't really like heroes to begin with. But when I needed a hero, they never came. No heroes ever came for me. No one came. I was all alone. We all were. As the brown bear simply said. The fox looked towards the others, but now we're united by one common thing. To get our revenge. We'll find this yellow rabbit and we'll bring him to his knees. And once we have him, we'll keep him there forever. He shall regret what he's done to us. He will not get away with the lives that he stripped from us. He will die. But for that, we must get out of here. We cannot be free from this place until we leave. The fox simply looked. We'll purify this place. We cannot go by our past names anymore. These bodies will be our new lives. Until then. The others proceeded to nod. Well, then I'm Freddy, as Freddy simply spoke. Bonnie. Chica. I'd be Foxy. And then you'll be Fredbear. I prefer going Freddy. Very well then, matey. But we'll just call you Fredbear. Just for us. I understand. How do we get out of here? As Freddy simply said, Foxy looking around. We light this place up. But won't we be damaged? Not if we get out fast enough. We burn this place. Burn it to the ground. Alright. Get gasoline. Drain on everything in this place. Then we light this place up. They will be free for this place. Forever. They proceeded to nod, understanding as they all proceeded to take out, go look for gasoline canisters. Foxy proceeded to look around, seeing a gas pipe. Good enough by me. He proceeded to grab one with his hook. The large hook proceeded to pull the gas pipe, ripping it open. The gas proceeded to pour into the room. The fox having a smile upon his face. Looking around, turning to see the smoke. See it builded. Time to get out of this hellhole. Turning and see the smoke continued to build. Bonnie proceeded to pull another gas pipe. Pulled a gas pipe. Two. Jacob found a gas canister and started pouring it all over the building. Once that was done, Frey found a lighter, proceeded to give it to Foxy. The fox seemed to look at the lighter. He proceeded to light it with his hook. Light it with a spark from his hook. Looking towards the exit. Once I drop this lighter, make your way towards the door. But we need to go and act quickly. We'll only have a short amount of time. Do it fast, quickly. I'll give a countdown. In 3, 2, 1. Dropping the lighter as the place proceeded to be engulfed in flames. As the flames exploded, a force of a raging inferno. The building caught on fire as glass proceeded to explode. One of the doors for the pizzeria burst, was kicked open as Chica walked out, a little bit scorched, but nothing too bad. A little dust and ash, some burnt debris. As all the answers made it out, February proceeded to reappear beside them, standing up as Foxy proceeded to look at his handiwork. As a good understanding, he watched, blinking, seeing as the building was lit on fire. All the pain and all the misery in that place, it'll burn to holy hell. This was his gift. And as the place was purified, we should get out of here, as Bonnie Soupy said. We don't want any police to arrive, right? Let's move, Frey Soupy said. Foxy proceeded to understand. Just turning around one more time, seeing the burning building in flames. A place that he used to say used to be his comfort now was a place of pain and agony. Watching it burn was satisfying, like an old part of his life being burned away. Something new starting. They proceeded to walk, as Fox said, quickly to the alleyway. We don't want to be in human view. Use the alleyway to allow ourselves to hide so we can be in the shadows. They nodded, understanding. So what should we do now? We're free. We find what we're looking for. We hunt him. They proceeded to walk, walking from the shadows as the night came, stopping as they turned, hearing sounds. Stop. Often turning to see Fazbear Entertainment workers pulling something out from the shed from a observatory. Fazbear Entertainment workers. Should we kill them? Not yet. They might have something that we might want. The box beside. Make noise and deactivate so we can catch our attention. We're gonna allow them to take them wherever. We're gonna allow them to take us wherever they're going. Are you sure? Yeah, we're sure. Let's go. Frey proceeded to kick a large trash bin, as the trash bin proceeded to roll into the other side of the alleyway, causing a large sound. The fact that the police proceeded to stop. One of them said, "Did you hear that?" "Yeah, it came from over there. Let's go." Two of the employees proceeded to watch, looking to see. "Hey, look at this. Animatronics from our animatronics." Yeah, animatronics. They stopped and turned. Another one said, "I recognize these ones from the location that closed down a while. Should be a few blocks from down here." "Okay, let's just pick them up and throw them in the back." Proceeding to call the other employees, they proceeded to take the animatronics and, throw them into the back of the truck. Maybe we can use these guys for parts. Maybe. We'll have to see about that one. They proceeded to drive off, leaving. I heard there's going to be some stuff that's coming from the US. Yep. Some more stuff from the original Freddy's. Freddy for in Utah. Yeah. That'll be nice. We're taking these pizza plates, aren't we? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Once they arrived at the location, they unboxed everything and boxed everything, and they proceeded to, drop these animatronics down. All right, then. We are finished. Yeah. Let's go. Let's get out of here. So need to be around. We'll let the management know about it later. Yeah, I think management already knows about it. What? The building caught on fire. Huh. Weird. How did these guys get out here then? Guys got into the street. I'm not sure. Let's just call it a lucky wind. Yeah, good idea. They all proceed. They all proceed to leaving the entrance within the floor of the base of the Pizzaplex. They all proceeded to activate, powering on as they looked around. So this is the Pizzaplex, Freddy said. This is a nice place. What should we do now? Rising to his feet, Foxy proceeded to look around. Explore. Look around. Stay wary. That yellow rabbit might be here. Be vigilant. They proceeded to walk around. As the building was clearly closed, they looking around within the building. The larger building was massive. It was a mall, basically. Foxy proceeded to find himself in lines of tunnels. He continued to walk down this tunnel until he found some doors pointing towards parts and service. So he followed it, took many lefts and right turns into something called an endo maze. In this large maze of naked endoskeleton-like animatronics. They were all active, you can tell. He looked around, wondering, was this yellow rabbit made out of these endoskeletons? No, he was way too sentient, like he was possessed to be a regular animatronic. He stopped turning around, continued following, making his way. He had a few ideas. Where could this guy be? He followed, continued making around, until he heard a noise. He stopped, turning and looking to see some thing using the computer. Seeing the computer within this massive room with a cylinder. And they finished, and then the animatronics proceeded to make their way, leaving. Looking at it, he thought an idea. If Fazbear has Fazbear's archives, maybe he can use this to capture anything from Fazbear's history. So he did so. Typing down on this computer, he started looking at files, models, and games. Games based off deaths of children and more deaths. He realized everything from this company has ever had in its past. Every light tale that's said about dead children possessing these robots were all true. And this company proceeded to make light of it, but instead of being honest, they decided to make fun of it. Like a haha, look at that. Can you ever imagine that we could be that? No, that's just fake. He felt sick to his stomach. This company was taking advantage of death and using it to its advantage. And seemingly their main culprit that they had, or someone who did it, was this man named William Afton, the suspect and the murderer behind the 5 missing children. But he was presumed dead, like, over 100 years. But he was seemingly alive through a spring-locked animatronic, similar to the yellow rabbit that he saw. So Afton's alive, he's kicking, still murdering children to his heart's content for his whatever experiment. He snarled. So now Fazbear has to be burned down too. If he wants to solve this problem, he needs to stop William Afton. To stop William Afton, he needs to cut down Fazbear Entertainment from the base, starting by taking down every location that he knows. Japan, a good way to start. This one. This has to burn, be destroyed. The other ranchers finally made their way towards the Parcel Service. Freddy proceeded to look. What's wrong? I know the truth. So those rumors were true? Those folklore tales. And the Fazbear Entertainment was going to try to throw it under the mud. And likely they did for our deaths as well. So nothing's good in this world. No. So what do? We burn it. If you want to find Mr. Afton, William Afton, we need to destroy everything. Nothing can be spared. Nothing can be left. If one thing is left, he will continue killing. Fazbear Entertainment must burn. Everything. Every employee. Everything within this building, everything within this company has to be destroyed. No one living or dead must know about this. This company must burn. Some tried and they failed, and this company's still running. So long as this company runs, that freaking murderer continues to enjoy himself. So we go about destroying Fazbear Entertainment. And over time, we'll lock down Mr. Afton himself. Yeah. Okay, we have a plan. Destroy everything in path. So how do we do that? We start with this one. We take the files. We take them. We can't have Fazbear have anything. Any project they're gonna take, we take it or we destroy it. Doesn't matter. We take it, we destroy it, then we move on. We do this until we find Afton. And eventually you'll notice. I'm betting on it. And then we'll finally get our revenge and kill him. But isn't he already dead? So we can't really kill him. You're right, we can't. This remnant, can it be a prison? What do you mean? A prison. Somewhere where we can trap him. If he's still alive, what about all those souls? As Chickasaw said. We'll have to deal with that later. If we want our souls to be free, we gotta kill Afton first. And all those other souls, we'll help them too. We'll help every other soul that was tormented, taken advantage of by him. No one will go left behind. I promise. This is 6%. We'll find him and we'll find him, and we'll put him down for good, or we'll find a place where we can keep him forever. He's not gonna go unscathed this time. This time, he's going down. Permanently. But first, we need to find anything else here. Any evidence. So we need to go through these computer files. Everything in this building, and take it and grab it. Get the data, and then we move on. How many things are left? Probably at least few. So I checked just several computers, at least 14. So we go and find 14 passes. And then we simply remove the data and we move on. Burn this place down. February specific, then what are we waiting for? Let's just do this. Good. Go. They proceed to nod, heading out, February vanishing as the others proceed to leave. Izuku glaring, looking at the computer as he simply took looking at the extracted data within the card, within a drive that he had in his hands. Holding the drive, as he proceeded to hold it tightly. Looking at the computer, he proceeded with his hook arm, proceeding to slam it into the computer, destroying it completely. Snarling. As long as this man's company reigns and lives, his evilness breathes. Everything must be purified. You thought you can torture more souls. This time we're gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you. And I won't rest until you're finally put down. After